Today we are at Cancast, one of Canada's largest fishing shows.
I heard there's fishing celebrities here, and we're going to ask them and other anglers if they think fishing is a sport.
We're also going to show you all the new cool stuff for this year.
Paddleheads, baby. Let's go.
Look at these super old reels. Personally, I think fishing is a sport.
It's not.
I think we can get it this time.
No, I know.
It's tight. It's tight.
You ever see Talladega Nights with Ricky Bobby?
Yeah.
Yes.
The car drove real good. The crew did good. I'm not really sure what to do with my hands. So.
Okay, so look at the cameras. You're like pointing up at the sky. You're so much taller than me. Holy crap. Okay, we are at the Blackfly Lures booth, and we ran into the owner, and I don't know your name yet.
Dean.
So this is Dean. Dean, can you tell us a little bit about Blackfly Lures?
Yeah, so we're known for our spinner baits. That's our bread and butter. We do things a little different. We hand tie our skirts with stainless steel wire. Only closed eyelets on our spinner baits. They're all closed eyelet. They're all stainless steel wire. We've got kind of our signature offering is our hatchet blades. So they give off a really cool action in the water. We've got some brand new ones that just came out this year that haven't hit the website yet. And we've got, fan interaction. We had our fans vote on every component, so we've got a lot of cool different varieties. We've got all kinds of colors. Yeah.
And you guys are based out of Ontario here?
Yeah.
It's just you, or?
Yeah, so I make it all in North Bay. I sit and make them at home in my garage, so yeah.
Very cool. Well, I just grabbed a couple. What do you have a name for these? Like, what do you call them?
So this one's Lightning. This is the Banana Curse.
I'm glad I didn't get one of those.
Yeah, exactly. These ones are just the ultimate spinner bait. That's the one we voted on, and Ghost, and we got funny names for some of these ones.
Those are crazy colors. I'm super pumped to use the blue with the red blades.
Yeah.
I don't have any hatchet blades, right? I keep wanting to call them sickle blades.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Ben's got some good fish on them, so I'm excited to use those.
Yeah, you have to let us know how you do.
Cool, Dean. Good to meet you.
Great to meet
Thanks
you
for taking
too.
the time.
Thank you.
Thanks for what you do.
Thanks, guys.
Holy frick frack and a patty whack. It's crazy in there. Anything in particular you're looking for today, Ben?
Yeah, I'd love to get one of those Lebowski lures. Maybe get a Shadzilla if we go back there. And I really want a new musky reel.
I just want some hats and some hoodies and stuff. Not asking too much.
All right, guys. We're in the outside section. I'm here with Miriam.
So this is the first Cancast, but it's actually the second fishing show they've had here. Last year we did the Peterborough tackle swap. We've got a video, you can check that out. The event grew so large and had so many people here that they had to get another building.
That's about how you do it, man.
Pretty good. I've heard some good things about your hog collar.
Yeah, pretty good. We don't even have it here today.
Okay. I'm looking just for like a spinner bait. Man, look at these incredible fishing lures. Let's go check this out. This looks pretty fancy. What's this? Oh, it's got a fancy tail on it. Look at the Rasta Tiger. Now, isn't that nifty?
Mr. Dix.
So,
paddleheads.
hey, I need a trailer for this. Can you recommend a trailer for this big ass spinner bait?
Big gold?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How you guys doing?
The ransom.
So, Adam, what are you buying?
I'm getting some bad shads and I'm getting some dukes.
Some what?
Some. Excuse me, a real pro coming through.
Show us what you got.
I've got a couple of the dukes, Fire Tiger, and like this one is kind of like it's almost like a perch walleye color. Limestone lures, baby. Bad shads, these are my favorite. Got some sparkly ones, this is like Disco Party, and the Milky Ways. I like those ones too. Thanks, Jeff.
Thank you, my guys.
I am here today with Limestone Fishing.
No.
No, I'm sorry. How about you tell us who you are and what you do? Because I seem to have some troubles.
My name's Jeff Dix. I'm the owner of Limestone Lures, where I handcraft all these baits for my business. And veteran owned, veteran operated. I'm actually not a veteran. I'm still in the military, but I do this on the side and I love doing it. And people catch fish with my baits and it makes me really happy.
Awesome. You also have a YouTube channel too, don't you?
Yeah. I also have a YouTube channel, not the same as Limestone Lures, but related. You can just find me at Jeff Dix on YouTube as well.
We'll have it linked down below. We're going to ask you a big existential question.
Okay.
Why do you fish?
It makes me happy.
That's simple.
If I'm going to dumb it down, it makes me happy.
Cool. Have you heard of the term adventure fishing? I was trying to get
I
more out
have.
of them.
Oh, okay. I see what
No,
you're
it's
doing.
okay, yeah.
Yes, I have. I have heard about the term adventure fishing.
What does adventure fishing mean to you?
I'll tell you a little story about adventure fishing, what it means to me. I didn't really know until recently when I went on an adventure to go fishing myself, where my plans that I had all planned out totally fell through. And I took a chance. I went up to another lake, walked around for almost 10 kilometers, finally got into some lake trout through the ice, and went back. And that was a new adventure for me. So maybe a little bit different than the adventure fishing that you guys do, but that's what adventure fishing is to me. Doing something new that you've never done before and exploring new areas.
Sounds like an adventure to me, for sure. So, is fishing a sport?
Yes. If ping pong is an Olympic sport, fishing is a sport.
Shots fired?
Ping pong, or like, what is it? There's another weird one that's an Olympic sport, but I'd say it's a sport. Yeah.
Okay. We're going to do a quick this or that with you. Okay?
Send it.
Paddle or motor?
Paddle.
Bait caster or spinning reel?
Spinning reel.
Live bait or plastics?
Plastics.
Largemouth or smallmouth?
Small mouth.
Would you rather a big bass or a big pike?
Big pike.
Ice or open water?
Oh, you can't make me choose one or the other on that one. I love them both.
Ice or open water?
Open water.
And walleye or pickerel?
Walleye.
Okay. Well, thanks a lot, Jeff. It was great seeing you again.
We're heading right up the middle here. We've missed the sides, screwing up the flow.
Well, we'll get to the sides. We'll get there. There's so much to see here. So it's not just new stuff at this show, it's also used stuff. It's packed.
You guys took some time to make these look good.
Of course.
It looks great. These are super cool.
Thank you.
You guys hand make these?
Absolutely, everything.
He starts off as a block of wood right there on the corner.
Yeah, I sit in the living room, make all these little horns, stick the little horns on the dragons, and they sell like crazy. These dragons, I can't believe it.
Amazing.
But this is me 4 years ago. My first lure I made 4 years ago.
A slight improvement.
Right? Some tape, a little bit of trim-clad paint, and I threw it. Caught a fish. If I didn't catch a fish, I probably wouldn't be here. By stupid me, I caught a fish with
What is it? Sea
Literally,
brown?
that hole got hooked. Right?
About that? Yeah, 400? Yeah. What's the deal?
2 for 40.
2 for 40.
$20 each. That's a pretty good deal for a hat. Honestly, I saw this one online. I love the colors on that. That logo is super sweet.
So you got your hats. You're looking
I
for
got a couple
hats.
hats. So I picked up this one. I like camo. I like green. I like that yellow. This
That's
is awesome.
sweet. Nice.
But I've got a few raw fish hats already. I've got smallmouth bass, largemouth bass. I got a walleye. I have a trout one as well. Got to catch them all, you know?
Hey,
Trying to fumble through
nice
my
to
life.
meet you.
Nice meeting you too.
So he mentioned your 613 Bassin, right?
I am, yeah.
Awesome. Great to meet you in person.
We just ran into Josh here. Josh, what's the name of your YouTube channel?
613 Bassin.
Josh has been chatting with us through Instagram, and we've been getting to know him. So we figured now that we ran into him, we'll ask him a couple questions and bother him here. You want to tell the viewers about your channel?
So just me fishing.
Mostly out of a kayak, right?
Mostly
Yeah.
fishing out of a kayak. Yeah, that's right.
And 613 Bassin so you fish for trout mostly?
No, mostly fish for bass.
All right.
Usually, you know.
Yeah. Okay, I got a question for you.
Yes.
Why do you fish?
Why do I fish? I fish. I started when I was a really little kid with my dad, and I caught a pike for my first fish ever, and I was hooked ever since then.
It didn't bite you, that's why.
It didn't bite me. That's right. My dad took it off the hook for me.
Very cool. Ben, what's the next question? Have you ever heard of adventure fishing?
I have, yeah.
Where did you hear from?
These guys, I don't know if you ever heard of them before.
What are they called?
Paddleheads?
Paddleheads. Is fishing a sport?
100%. Definitely.
Why do you say yes?
There's a lot of skill and technique involved in trying to catch the biggest fish possible, and a lot of time is devoted to fishing.
Okay, all right. Have you seen the this or that?
Oh, yeah.
That's a bit of a tongue twister now. Paddle or motor?
Motor.
Motor? You fish out of a kayak. Sorry, pardon me. Bait caster or spinning reel?
Bait caster.
Plastics or live bait?
Plastics.
Largies or smallies?
Smallies.
Big largemouth bass or big pike?
Big largemouth.
Okay, and walleye or pickerel?
walleye.
Okay, awesome. Josh, it's good to meet you.
Nice meeting you too.
Sorry to make you shit do all that.
It's all
We're
good.
all it's a
It was
little
worth it.
little clumsy. This is our first one. Okay, so this is Marissa with Robro. And Marissa, could you tell everyone what you do and what your product is?
Absolutely. So my name is Marissa, and I came up with these little containers to hold your row on the river. So super convenient, super light. You can clip them onto your wading belt. You can put them on your pack. And it saves you from having those like glass jars that, you know, you open it up and you're like trying to get it and trying to put on the hook. So this is super easy. Flip, grab, put it back down.
And you've seen people put other stuff in there too besides row, right?
Yes, I've done doob bros. So you got your munchies on one, you got your papers, you got your marijuana on the triple. My mom actually came up with the bark bro. So she does treats in one and she does poop bags in the other. Awesome for Charlie, super convenient for him. So yeah.
And worms and stuff too, right? Like, I mean, really, you could put anything in there.
Actually, a lot of people use these for kayak fishing. They'll clip it here so they don't have to keep like going into their tackle bag. You can drill holes in the top, put your worms in, or some people use them for like their soft baits. So super easy, super convenient. Yeah.
Very cool. Well, it was nice to meet you. Thank you for taking the time.
Thank you so much. Great meeting you.
Good luck selling your bros.
Yeah.
Woo! Bro. What'd you get? What'd you get? What'd you get?
I just spent the most amount of money I've ever spent on a reel.
What is it? What is it?
So, the famous Tranks. In the musky fishing world, the Tranks is kind of like a staple. Oh man, this looks so mint.
There's Babazumi. Right down there. That's him. Wonder if he thinks fishing is a sport.
B, how's it going?
Doing okay.
So I found this lonely fisherman here. He's looking at some baits and looking kind of sad. We're gonna ask him some questions. Can you tell us who you are and maybe tell the audience what you do?
So I fish.
Surprising.
I'm
Me too.
So I am Andrew from Average Ontario Anglers. Jesse's going to be up shortly, I'm sure. But just here, I do multi-species fishing. I know multi-species angler, but hey, I want to fish all year round, so that's what I do. So I love bass, pike, getting into muskie. So coming here and getting some good baits at a good price is top tier.
And you like that BFS or something like that? What's that called?
BFS is bait finesse system. So
Okay.
it is, it's phenomenal. Like just to be able to cast these tiny like 16th, 8th of an ounce baits and you're catching like 4 or 5 pound bass on it. It's crazy.
That sounds like a lot of fun, yeah, for sure. So why do you fish?
Because there's nothing better for me to do. It keeps me out of drugs. No, I'm just kidding.
That's legit.
Being outside in the outdoors is what relaxes me. My family has anxiety. We're known for it. So one of the ways I combat that is if I can get out there on a small backwater lake, fishing, out of a canoe, out of a small tin boat, and I'm going for these, smallmouth bass, pike, whatever. And I'm out there not surrounded by a bunch of weirdos. It's great. Like it is instant calming, and I can take that with me for weeks on end. So it's a lot about. A lot of people say like mental health, stuff like that, but it is important, and there's no better way than fishing.
I agree. So have you ever heard of adventure fishing?
I have. From I know you guys. Have you coined that phrase yourselves, or is that?
We don't want to. No, we will not take claim for that. We did not coin that phrase, but we adopted it. That's for sure. So what do you think adventure fishing means to you?
Adventure fishing is kind of like Star Trek of going where no man's gone before, like as best as you can. So, if you're fishing Algonquin Park, there's a lot of accessible lakes that are great. You can put, unlimited horsepower on some of them. So, but adventure fishing is, you start doing portaging, you're trying to get away, you're trying to escape. That's the adventure. You're trying to discover a new place. If it's somewhere you haven't been, it's now your adventure. For me, that's kind of what it is. Trying new things, going new places.
Super cool. I like that a lot. So I got a hard one for you here, okay? Is fishing a sport?
Absolutely it is.
Why?
Because I am sore as heck. When I come back from muskie fishing and I'm like casting baits all day, I have to take breaks in the boat. Like, buying tackle is a sport. My back is killing me carrying this backpack. It's a sport.
So musky fishing is a sport.
So is bass fishing. It's sport fishing's in the name. You can't say it's not a sport.
Okay. I like it. Okay, we're going to do a quick this or that.
Yeah.
Okay? Motor or paddle?
Motor.
Bait caster or spinning reel?
Bait caster.
Live bait or plastics?
Plastic.
Largemouth bass or smallies?
Smallies.
Giant bass or a giant pike?
Giant pike. I'd love to get a giant pike.
Walleye or pickerel?
It's walleye.
Awesome.
Pickerel or chain pickerel. They're on the East Coast. Walleye or walleye.
Awesome. Thanks a lot, Andrew. Really appreciate it. Enjoy the show, man.
You too.
Awesome.
Okay, we found another lonely angler here. What's your name and what do you do?
My name is Jesse, and I'm one of the members of Average Ontario Anglers on Instagram.
That's true. Okay, you've passed so far. Why do you fish?
I fish because I can't not fish. It's an obsession at this point. I cannot not do it. That's the answer.
Fact. Have you ever heard of adventure fishing?
I have. Of course I have.
Okay, and what do you think that means? What does it mean to you?
Adventure fishing to me, it's about finding new places to fish, maybe spots that normal boats can't get into. You're fishing virgin water, spots that, it may be a lot of adventure to get to them, and involve camping possibly, which is fantastic.
Camping rules. Is fishing a sport?
Sure it is. Don't they call it sport fishing? The Great Canadian Sport Fishing Show? Yeah?
Okay, it's not looking so good for me. Okay, we're going to do a quick this or that. How does that sound?
Okay, sure.
Paddle or motor?
Motor.
Baitcaster or spinning reel?
Baitcaster.
Largemouth or smallmouth?
Largemouth.
Big largemouth or big pike?
Big pike.
Open water or ice fishing?
Open water, 100%.
100%. And walleye or pickerel?
Walleye.
Ding, 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 ding! We have a winner! Okay, Jesse, thank you once again. We did one of those.
What? Oh, yeah, you're looking for a hook, eh? Is this for the Duke?
Yeah.
Good
Jeff
luck.
said 8 or 10, right?
Yeah, good luck finding an 8 or 10.
Nobody does. Hooks!
Nice. What are those hooks for?
It's for the Duke. You need a big, meaty hook for a big, meaty bait.
Nice.
Catch a big, meaty fish.
Thanks, brother.
Okay, we found somebody we recognize. Hi there.
Hey guys.
Nelly?
Yeah.
I'm Adam.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Love the channel, man.
Thank you.
You guys are doing
I
great.
appreciate that. Thank you a lot. I really appreciate that. We're walking around talking to people that we recognize, want to ask a couple questions and bother you, be a pain in your butt. Is that okay?
Let's see. What do you got? What do you got?
All right. So, first of all, what's your name and what do you do?
My name is Nelson. Everybody knows me as Nelly. I work for Borica and Yolotech. Kayak fishing, tournament fishing, fun fishing, and yeah, just have a good time in the hobby.
And you've got a YouTube channel and Instagram page as well?
That's right. YouTube, Nelly's Fishing Adventures, or on Instagram, Nelly's_fishing.
Very cool. Why do you fish?
You know what? I discovered fishing older in my life. I was 28 years old. I thought I wasn't gonna have fun. Turns out that the one day I found fishing was the best time of my life, and now it's a passion. I enjoy it. I love it, and I eat, sleep, fish, repeat. You know.
I totally feel that. Very cool. Have you ever heard the term adventure fishing?
Adventure fishing? I don't think so.
No. If you could interpret that term, what would you say it means?
Adventure fishing. Go on a journey, man. Go on a journey. Grab your boat, grab your kayak, grab your canoe. Go to those remote lakes that nobody's touching. Go camping. Fish all day. Go to sleep tired, wake up tired, go fishing again.
I like the sounds of all of that. Very cool. And lastly, is fishing a sport?
Absolutely. It's a sport. Once it becomes a competition, it's a sport. I don't care what anybody says.
So would you say then only competitive fishing is a sport? What about recreational fishing?
Recreational fishing as well, especially if you guys are out in a canoe like you guys. You guys are doing a lot of paddling, portaging. Yeah, you're getting active, man.
It's not going so good for my arguments. See, I'm arguing
Well,
fishing
neither
is
for
not
me.
a sport. So it's not going so well for me. Okay, I want to do a quick this or that. So I'll give you two options, and you pick which one you prefer of the two.
Okay.
Paddle or motor?
Paddle.
Baitcaster or spinning reel?
Baitcaster.
Smallmouth or largemouth?
Smallies.
Big largemouth or big pike?
Big largies.
Live bait or plastics?
I'll do lures, plastics.
Ice fishing or open water?
Open water.
And lastly, is it walleye or is it pickerel?
Walleye.
Ding, ding, ding. Cool. Nelly, it's good to meet you. You don't mind if I give you a couple stickers, do you?
No, absolutely. I'll take it.
Okay, all right. I didn't want to force you. But nice to meet you, man. I've watched some of your videos and I like what you're doing, so
Thank
keep
you.
it up.
Let's do a little sticker trade.
Ooh, sticker trades.
We are here with Big Jim McLaughlin, and we're going to ask him some fishing questions.
I'm ready.
All right. First of all, Jim, actually, how about I do a bit of an introduction? He's an ex-Bassmaster Pro. He is one of the first Canadians, or the first Canadian, to win the Bassmaster Classic.
I didn't win the Classic. I got put into the Hall of Fame in the States.
In the Hall of Fame, that's right, yes. And you recently won an award, the Meritus Award?
Meritorious Service Award, yeah. You know, it's not about all the bass you caught or trophies or boats or trucks you won, that stuff. It's about everything that you gave back, all the kids' events I did, the seminars. Like, I just do that nonstop, all that stuff.
That's so cool.
Yeah, and I think that's really rewarding. And the fact that the Americans recognize the Canadian, I'm taking that to the bank.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing. Can you tell us about some of the great work that you do?
Well, you know, one of the things we do, and I've done for probably like 25 years now, we do a casting pond for kids at the Ottawa show. And this year we got back to it again after COVID, you know, which stole a lot of our stuff from us. We did it, and we had 800 kids in there. And, you know, when you see all these little giggling, smiling, laughing faces, it's I have so many guys that they say, can I come and help you for a day? And then after the one day is done, they say, you know, like, I can come back on Sunday. Because, like, you know, they realize how rewarding it is to help these kids cast. And, you know, we get prizes for all of them. All the companies are really good. And it's just, you know, there's just a million things like that over the years. Like, I do one on the docks in the town that I live in, Sealy's Bay. We do one on the docks there every year, and we get 75, 80 kids. And they beat the water to a froth, catching sunfish and everything, and just have a great time. And when you see all the kids giggling and laughing, it's just really, really cool.
That's awesome. That sounds great. So, can you tell us why you fish or why you started fishing?
Whoa,
it's a big one. I know.
Yeah, that's big. You know, I'll sum it up to you. I got a bug to walleye fish because I had a buddy whose dad. So we had to do it the right way, not the way his dad did it. We wanted to catch fish all the time, so we took the time to learn about it. And we started walleye fishing back then. This is like 50 years ago. We started back trolling for, you know, like with Lindy rigs and the original walleye stuff like that. The Linders taught, like the in-fisherman guys.
Okay.
We got into all that stuff. And we did that, and then somebody told us that you could get your picture in the paper if you caught muskies. So we took up muskie fishing. We wanted to have our picture in the paper, and then unfortunately somebody told me one day, "Hey, I saw a thing in the States that some guy won a boat for winning a bass tournament," and here we are 40 years later.
That is awesome. Yeah. That is really cool. Have you ever heard of the term adventure fishing?
No.
It sounds a bit different. Eh? If you could just imagine it, there's no wrong answer. What do you think adventure fishing would be?
Probably fishing off a cliff in the surf or something. I've seen guys doing that. It looked pretty wild. I saw some other thing where they had a guy up in a, what do you call it, a parasail thing or whatever, where you're pulled in a boat.
Wow.
And he was actually trolling a line in the water. I guess maybe that's...
Okay. That's pretty adventurous, yeah.
Took it right to the top, eh?
I guess so.
Yeah. No.
Okay, so we've been asking a big question to all the anglers here. Is fishing a sport?
Yeah.
Okay, why do you think it's a sport?
It's a sport if you get into it competitively.
Okay.
And you look at the other side of it. The way I am now, sitting in the lawn chair out the back in the evening behind the house, then it's not a sport.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, that's fair.
If you're competing, it's a sport. If you're not, it's not.
Okay.
You know, when you take the kids out on a weekend and you all sit in the boat with a bobber and you catch a bluegill or a bass or whatever, then that isn't a sport. But when you enter a tournament, you're going out to beat him. You want to do it. Yeah.
That's very fair. Yeah, that's a great argument. Okay, so we're gonna do a very quick this or that. So it's just one or the other. If you had to pick one. So I kind of know the answer for this first one. Motor or paddle?
Motor.
Bait caster or spinning reel?
Ooh. Bait caster.
Largemouth or smallmouth?
Largemouth.
Live bait or plastics?
Oh, plastics.
Open water or ice fishing?
Open water, but wow, ice fishing. I was wild on ice fishing a few years ago.
Okay.
I got into it for like 10 or 12, 15 years, and I would go out for 4 days a week. I was an ice nut.
Wow.
But overall, I got to say open water, though.
Okay.
Yep.
If you were to catch a giant bass or a giant pike, what would you rather?
Right now, pike.
Okay. So that's just kind of a spur of the moment or what you're into right now, I guess.
Yeah, I've always really loved pike fishing, and the few times I've got way up north and really had, things where you're catching 45-inch fish, hand over fist out of fly-in lakes, real fancy places. Those things are savage.
That would be wonderful. So walleye or pickerel?
Walleye.
That's fantastic. All right. Thanks a lot, Jim.
Awesome.
It was excellent meeting you, and we look forward to talking to you on Wednesday.
Yeah, I look forward to it.
Cool. Check out the Fish On podcast. We're going to be interviewing Big Jim McLaughlin.
Okay, we found a fishing celebrity, would you say? I think so.
No,
a legend?
No, just a fishing guy.
Okay, just a fishing guy. He's just a fishing guy. This is Bob Azumi. If you don't know Bob Azumi, we'll tell you later. But Bob, can you tell people what you do?
Well, I tried work, and it was a bad 4-letter word, so I decided about 42 or 43 years ago I'd go fishing for a living, and here I am, still doing it.
So you picked a better 4-letter word.
Yeah, fish isn't a bad deal. I mean, did a TV show for 38 years, radio show for 30 plus years, magazine for 30 plus years, and have been fishing tournaments actively since my teens, and I'm in my 60s now, so it's been a good run, and now I've come full circle. I'm going to fish a lot more tournaments, do some promotional work like this show here and that, working for about 15 companies now, but it's kind of come to where I wanted it always to go, back to where I could control what I'm doing, and that's fish a lot of tournaments.
Yeah, I was going to say, do you still have time to fish?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
I like competitive fishing.
Okay, so that leads into my next question. Is fishing a sport?
Is fishing a sport? Well, if you take it, I'll give you a real quick story. One time I drew an amateur for the Canadian Open Bass Tournaments on Lake Erie out of Port Colborne. Drew Brian Marshman. Unfortunately, Brian passed away there last year, but NHL veteran. He said, Bob, tournament fishing is definitely a sport. He said, you guys get up at 4 in the morning, you go to bed at 10 or 11 at night, you're always on your feet, you're working on your tackle, your boats, you're fishing from sun up to sundown, whatever practice days. He said, as an NHL player, we have trainers and people that tell us what to eat, and we can take a nap before the games. And yeah, we work out hard, but we also play hard, but that's not a lot of hours in a day. You guys are doing like so many more hours in a day of on your feet and doing it. And I'm not saying the fishermen or tournament anglers are athletes, but tournament fishing, if you do it professionally, is a grind, and that. So I would say yes, it is a sport.
Okay, fair enough. I want to do a quick this or that. So I'm going to give you 2 options of a few different things, and you pick whichever one rings true for you. So paddle or motor when you're fishing?
Motor all the time, man. I've been with Mercury for 40 some odd years, and I still work with them. Paddling, that's for people that want to be in shape. This is all natural. I don't work out, okay? I have a very nice Mercury motor on many boats.
Okay, he's a motor guy. Largemouth or smallmouth?
Well, largemouth. Grew up fishing them, and smallmouth dominate our Canadian tournaments, but I like largemouth fishing just because I like getting in the heavy cover and flipping them out.
All right, I'm interested to know this one. Bait caster or spinning reel?
Bait caster. I use a lot of spinning because of the finesse fishing for smallmouth, but give my druthers, I love my bait casters.
I think I know the answer to this one, but open water or ice fishing?
Open water. I mean, ice is all right. Some drinks are very nice with ice cubes in them. Ice fishing can be a lot of fun during the winter, but I really do like open water fishing more.
All right, this last one's a tough one, a bit of a trick question. Pickerel or walleye?
Walleye all the way. Pickerel are what they call chain pickerel, which are similar to a northern pike, only smaller. And look it up or talk to any fisheries biologist. You will get the right answer. Although, as a true Canadian, I know what a pickerel is, especially if we're having a shore dinner, because it's a walleye.
That's right. Okay, Bob, very nice to meet you. Thank you so much for doing that.
Hey,
thank you for everything you do for the community, and we really appreciate you.
See you on the water.
Awesome, thank you.
So what do you think? Is fishing a sport?
Okay, so I need to clarify this. In the beginning, I said no. I only said that to make some people angry.
Here come the excuses.
I actually think that competitive fishing is a sport, and that makes perfect sense. Recreational fishing is not a sport. It's a recreational thing. And Bob and Jim both confirmed that, and that was my position to begin with. I was just trying to get people riled up.
I still think it's a sport because it's used as a competitive thing, like a sport. Anyways, I don't think we found the definitive answer yet. We'll catch you later.
Bye.